Just win, baby.
Haynes in the backfield. That's tipped and intercepted by Asomugha. Touchdown.
Roethlisberger on the road. 2 interceptions in your first 2 possessions. And again, this is an ill-advised throw. He never feels Howard at the linebacker spot, tries to throw over top of him, and he gets the ball tipped. And when balls get tipped, only bad things happen for you.
Low snap from Harding. That's the tight end, Heath Miller, who is grabbed by Asomugha at about the 11. 3rd and 5, they need the 22. Washington is also in there as a receiver. And looking for Holmes. What a catch on Asomugha on a first down past midfield. And the Steelers take it to the 47-yard line of the Raiders. It is a 36-yard catch and run.
So he's a hard guy to figure out.
Defense number 21. This penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
Parker is in for Haynes. Roethlisberger. It's caught by Cedric Wilson, who is grabbed by Asomugha at the 38. The Raiders secondary, 3rd and 3. That's caught for a first down, 25-yard line by Cedric Wilson. Gain of 11 and 10. And that is caught by Holmes, who's tackled by Asomugha at about the 7-yard line on a gain of 7 yards. A 6 in the Raiders secondary. The Jacoby snap. Caught by Ward and drilled by Asomugha. It's a gain of 7.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Almost intercepted. Asomugha, looking for his 5th of the year, had a hand on it.
A player out of that offensive line. Merchkowski's in there, and they're taking advantage of a little gaming and twisting, and that's what the Raiders need. They need an Asomugha to hold on to that interception. They've got to have turnovers to beat this football team.
And Burgess receiving high praise from Marshall and the Raider coaches. He's a 100% guy even in practice. And there's Asomugha in front of Malcolm Floyd, and he had position for a pick that would have led to 6 points. He's a speedy corner out of Los Angeles, California, on to Cal Berkeley, and #1 pick of the Raiders 3 years ago.
That's the thing. Without a Keenan McCardell, you've got a fast group of receivers for the Chargers, but you have a very big group of receivers. Very, very wide kind of bodies, and guys like Asomugha and whatnot should be able to get inside them. If they guess right, they should be able to get body position.
His part as well.
They run most of their runs left.
3rd and 3. Rivers throws. Was it intercepted? No. He had it and dropped it. Oh, my. Asomugha, he's been close to 3 picks in this first half.
Well, now we know why he played defensive back at Cal and not wide receiver for Jeff Tedford. Because that's 2 now. He should have had the one earlier in the first quarter, and this one was thrown in a terrible spot. Wow. DBs are like receivers. You can't let the ball get to your body, because when it gets to your body, it will handcuff you. And that was literally a handcuff job there.
Antonio Gates was the target of Rivers, who is...
You think? Kind of hard to tell there, wasn't it?
I'd say he was behind Asomugha, let's put it that way. Man on man and hold the fort. This throw is intercepted by Asomugha. And he's been flirting with it all day. Finally comes down with #5 on the season.
Told you he wouldn't drop the 3rd one. And Rivers hit him the same place he hit him on the 2nd one, right in the chest.
Asomugha has been in better position than the receiver that Rivers was searching out.
And let's give credit to the defenses, not specifically this defenses, but defenses in general. These quarterbacks see so many different types of defenses. In this case, I think they had a zone blitz in there where they're actually dropping people off the line, but they were manned up. Asomugha is inside, and gets great position on Jackson, who was in the slot.
Murchkowski with the tackle to stop Asomugha at the 34. Raiders defense with 14 interceptions this year.
Tomlinson trying to stiff arm his way out. He's going to be dropped back at the 9. Loss of about 3. Asomugha, the corner on that side, made the stop.
He didn't want to run up there. He didn't want to go outside. He had to.
And Howard did a good job as well of stretching Ladanian out and allowed Asomugha to go out and make the play. We got that word, Coach. Asomugha.
You got it.
Right, yeah.
Yardage category so far. On first down, here's Fry. Play action on a pump. Fry looking, long ball, and intercepted. Asomugha. Jason Wright checks into the backfield, fake the handoff on a boot. Fry throwing, hauled in by Jaravicious.
Good coverage by Asomugha. But watch the pass play. See, they roll out. I think the ball comes out a little bit late. You got to be able to hit Jaravicious much sooner on this, and see the ball's yet to come out. That's why the defender nearly got back and able to almost knock that ball down.
And 4 at the 20 for Cleveland. Fry throwing, and it's complete to Edwards. First down, Browns.
Well, you can see the chemistry developing between Charlie Fry and Braylon Edwards. See him sit down in the zone, understanding where the soft area is in that Raider secondary.
In defense, it was Derek Burgess. 3rd and a long 2. Play clock winding down. Here's Fry throwing, and first down yardage for Braylon Edwards. Nnamdi Asomugha with the coverage and a 5-yard pickup in the drive. 2nd and goal. Fake the handoff. Fry wants to throw it. Fry throws back of the end zone. Touchdown, Winslow. And Cleveland is right back in it.
And all I know is every time they get Kellen Winslow involved in the offense, things take off. It becomes a more prolific offense. It becomes more productive. And you just can't cover him, not with a cornerback, not with a safety, and certainly not with a linebacker. See, they provide time for Charlie Fry to get it to Winslow. He comes across the field late, and all you have to do is wait. It's the time you give the quarterback that allows Winslow.
Goal. Right. Leaves the backfield. It's empty. Here's Fry. Oakland in chase mode. Fry steps, plants his feet, floats it upstairs. Dangerous pass is intercepted by Asomugha.
At the 49, out of the offset eye, Norris. And here's Smith throwing it underneath. That's Antonio Bryant. Big catch. Downed at the 40-yard line. Tackled by Thomas Howard. It's a gain of 11.
Does that.
2nd and 9 at the 30. Smith rolling out of the pocket. Throws on the run. Beautiful throw. And an even better catch. That's Arnaz Battle. Good throw by Alex Smith.
Number 21 defense. Penalties decline. First down.
So Asomugha called for the hold.
At the top right there, number 83 in the slot goes to the outside, and he's going to turn. I don't really see a hold there, but you see the great catch that he makes right on the sidelines, back into the sun, over one defender in front of another.
Lost his hat. As the single setback. Play action. Smith. Underneath. Eric Johnson with the grab. And Eric Johnson gets to midfield. It's a gain of 14. Smith rolling out. And that one incomplete. Intended for Bryant. Bryant gets up with some words for Nnamdi Asomugha. Asomugha has done a good job covering Antonio Bryant this afternoon.
Well, they had good coverage on that play.
Brandon Marshall from the 35-yard line. Plummer to the outside, and that pass is high and incomplete. Intended for the venerable Rod Smith. Nnamdi Asomugha covering on the play. Colorado with 1:33 remaining in the opening half after the missed field goal. Plummer rolling left, buying a ton of time, going deep, and the ball is caught at the 5-yard line by Javon Walker, who's become their big play guy.
Well, there's no way that you can play against the Denver Broncos and let Jake Plummer get outside on a bootleg like this. Because you say, when is Jake Plummer the best? I'm going to show you right here. Here's a bootleg fake. Everyone that way. Look, the whole Raider team went to that side. He comes out here. He has the whole side of the field to step up to make that throw to Javon Walker. You cannot let him do this. Plus, you can't let Javon Walker do this. Javon Walker is a big-time threat for this Bronco offense. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Once they get that going and they...
One interception and 1 sack. It's 3rd and 22. Weiner to the near side and through the fingertips of Anquan Bolden. Audibles. Warren Sapp coming in his face, and he's able to connect with Bryant Johnson. Steeler under pressure. They were bringing it. Incomplete pass.
That situation where he's got to go and take this team down the field and go into half with more than 3 points.
Out of the shotgun. Across the middle. Almost intercepted.
Don't start forcing that ball in there, Matt Leinart.
Nnamdi Asomugha is there. And in and out of the hands of the 4th-year player out of Cal Berkeley.
Right here. He's going and jumping. That DB is jumping on that ball.
Pass intended for Anquan Bolden.
Needs to be a little bit more patient. Let that guy get open.
3rd down. 3rd and 7. Weiner. Brian Johnson reels it in. And they're saying no. Incomplete. And Johnson, in disgust, cannot believe it. And the Raiders defense comes up big.
Well, they got a lot of good pressure coming off the edges. Matt Leinart does a nice job of working the pocket. Just another drop ball. Good defensive play. Camps that they say you don't have to go to, but you better show up if you want to be on the team. If you don't know this stuff, it's your problem.
1st down for the Arizona Cardinals. And Matt Leinart getting some positive yards.
See what we come back with on that.
Here's Weiner. Out of the pocket. And Bolden is out of bounds. With Nnamdi Asomugha on the coverage. And they're unable to get anything going on the offensive end. The magic just not there thus far for Matt Leinart.
Well, one good thing I saw out of this play with Matt Leinart. He's done a great job today.
Former Eagle. Leinart in the air. And incomplete.
Injured Matt Hasselbeck. On 3rd and goal, the lob is incomplete for the big tight end, Jeremy Stevens. And it'll be field goal time for the Seahawks. Seattle has 2 timeouts left with $1:45 to go. Wallace's pass to Branch is ruled a catch on the field.
6 takeaways against the Steelers. 1st and 10 for Denver. And Plummer is intercepted. Picked off by Asomugha. Raiders have it at the Denver 15.
We told you that Jake Plummer had to be steady as he goes. You cannot turn the ball over in this end of the field. This pass intended for Javon Walker. Watch, it's going to be thrown behind him directly to Nnamdi Asomugha. He has a better chance of catching that pass than Jake Plummer did the intended receiver, Javon Walker.
4th pick of the season for Asomugha. And the Raiders have it at the Denver 15-yard line with 10:57 to go. The mark of 53, 37, and 2. Double tight end set. Plummer sets and throws to the outside. It's complete to Rod Smith, the veteran. Out along the perimeter, that's Kansas City coming up right now. A 7-0 Oakland lead. Plummer throws incomplete. Looking for Javon Walker in a matchup with Asomugha. Shotgun. Plummer. They handle the rush. Plummer swings complete to Walker, breaks a tackle, and takes it the distance. Touchdown, Denver Broncos.
He is a machine. Javon Walker caught up in man-to-man coverage, and he makes the play. He's going to win
against number 21, Nnamdi Asomugha. Watch as he gets back down inside, and then the safety, you're supposed to have help from Stuart Schweiger, who can't make the tackle. Javon Walker at 6'3", well over 200 pounds. I think he's an excellent combination of both size, speed, and quickness. You see him making plays after the catch.
He is on pace for a 78 reception, 1,338-yard, 10-touchdown season.
Was provoked, even though it doesn't excuse the behavior of Tyler Brayton, who did apologize to his teammates, to the entire league. And I don't think if you take a look at his body of work, you know that's something that's more of an anomaly than it is in terms of his behavior. Not consistent with the guy that we know to be Tyler Brayton.
Walker and Asomugha in that matchup.
Is in one-on-one.
Meadows is in for George Foster at right tackle. Plummer throws, nobody home. He was looking for Kirkus. And Jake Plummer is now 3 of 11, 57 yards, a touchdown and 2 picks. Team with a lot of pride, JB. You don't expect them to just fold up for the rest of the season. Plummer steps up, guns, complete. Javon Walker's been quiet here today after that performance from a week ago, and working against Asomugha and Schweiger. That's a 23-yard rip through the air.
And Jake Plummer told us, he says, I get yelled at if I overthrow my receivers, because Javon Walker is 6'3". He said, if I underthrow him, that means I'm giving them a chance to go up and come down with the football. And that's exactly what he does here, working against Nnamdi Asomugha. You can see the size advantage that Javon Walker has. He's a big guy who can play the ball in the air as well as anyone.
At 2 mark of the 4th quarter, back at the Denver 2-yard line. Bootleg again. Plummer sets, throws, nobody home. He was looking for a sideline route to Javon Walker, and a miscommunication there as Walker zigged when Plummer's pass zagged.
1st and 10, 48. Green looking for Kennison, covered by Asomugha. The catch is made. 1st down grab, 34-yard line. Bennett in the backfield, 2nd down, 12. Low pass, uncatchable. Kennison incomplete. Kelly now playing the defensive end, 2nd down and 1. Green winding up, looking, he's got Kennison. Asomugha defending. What a breakup, incomplete at the 27-yard line. He is one of the most improved defensive backs, one of the best corners now in the NFL. Asomugha, incomplete, no flags on the play.
Kevin, you hit the nail right on the head. I think he's probably the most improved player in their football team. He actually gets beat in a little double move by Eddie Kennison, and he does such a great job. He's got great recovery speed, and that's what you look for in a corner. A guy that can get beat and can catch up and close the gap, and that's just what Nnamdi Asomugha did in that play.
They need the 34. Good block by Turley. Green winding up and looking for Kennison. What a catch! Right in front of Asomugha. He's down to the Raider 25-yard line. A 24-yard grab and a 1st down for Kansas City.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you had any doubts about Trent Green, just watch this throw. He steps up in the pocket and he just drops this one right off the top shelf. I mean, that's a great throw. It's great coverage by Nnamdi Asomugha. I mean, he puts it in the only place he could possibly put it.
Short drop, the slant, incomplete, intended for Andre Johnson, who has been very, very quiet today.
At the 34, Bengals sporting their orange jerseys. Here's Palmer, throws the slant, and that is incomplete. Ball intended for Chad Johnson. Did a game out. 3rd down and 7. At the 37, Palmer in the shotgun. Palmer to the sideline, and it's picked off. Asomugha. His 6th interception of the season, and the Raiders force a turnover on Cincinnati's opening drive.
This is a big thing for the Oakland Raiders, Gus. They play that man-to-man on the outside with a single safety, and the Bengals believe their guys on the outside here, Palmer trying to reach Chris Henry, they believe their receivers can beat the Raiders one-on-one, and they're going to throw this football and prove it. But on that play, Asomugha makes the play and sets the Raiders up. This is what the big matchup of the day is, and the Raiders get the best of it here in the early going.
Nnamdi Asomugha is a very big corner. Palmer far side, and it's dropped. Chad Johnson had it. Took his eyes off the football as he tried to turn it up and get down the sideline.
You can just feel the urgency in this offense, Chad. They just want so much to have play after play. They just all want the football. They really believe they can dominate the Raider defense if they stay man-to-man.
Cincinnati takes over at the 13-yard line. Rudy Johnson in the backfield. Here's Palmer going for a home run. He's got Johnson caught at the 45. 42-yard reception for Chad Johnson. Nnamdi Asomugha with the saving tackle.
And this is what we asked a moment ago. Will Carson Palmer do what he can to keep his receivers involved in a 2-touchdown lead? And I guess the answer is yes. After a turnover, it's almost a rule. You always go for it as an offense. Palmer gets hit after the throw, but what a throw it was.
Weeks 10 forced turnovers. The previous week, 3 weeks, no forced turnovers. Johnson catching it out of the backfield, gets out of bounds. First year head coach in the NFL with the Jets, doing a terrific job. Palmer. Oh, what an interception! Asomugha! Awesome interception! And they're going to be playing that one all week. Nnamdi Asomugha looking like Deion Sanders, his favorite receiver growing up. His 7th interception of the season, and that was a primetime move.
Watch, and you'll see he reaches up with his left hand. One hands it, snags it, pulls it in. Thank you very much. I'm going the other way. What a sensational pick. Palmer trying to find Chad Johnson, and Chad Johnson thought he was covered, and he was going to do something different. He left Carson Palmer hanging on that play. You rarely see that from Chad Johnson.
What may have happened. Here's Johnson, guarded by Asomugha.
Great play. Now you see Johnson tries to get the inside. He can't. As he comes out, he knows he's covered. He stops, but the ball is already in the air. You see, he wanted to get an inside release, and Asomugha wouldn't let him have it.
Try to beat you one-on-one, and today I don't think they can do that.
2 tight ends on first down for Bulger, and that pass intended for Holt. Flag on the play. Nnamdi Asomugha was all over him.
You can't run up a guy's back, JC. We know that.
Yeah, they're going to get Nnamdi
Pass
there.
interference, defense, number 21. Automatic, first down.
The fullback in there. There's Hedgecock. He'll come back in, and he'll be the lead blocker.
Misdirection, and that one batted away. Good coverage by Nnamdi Asomugha, as the pass was intended for Torrey Holt.
Well, and here's what you get out of Nnamdi, and this is why they drafted him in the first round, because he's a guy that's highly skilled physically, and here he is out here in the matchup. But watch him with his long arms. He's every bit of 6'2", be able to undercut that, get his inside arm to go ahead and bat that thing down. He's got a tremendous wingspan, which benefits his ability. If his body's not all the way in the front of the guy, and he hasn't still leverage, JC, he can still use his hands.
Go catch the ball with their hands.
Bulger steps up in the pocket, has an open man, open for just a moment, as the pass intended for Torrey Holt was quickly closed by Nnamdi Asomugha.
I tell you what, Tim, I like this young guy, Nnamdi Asomugha, number 21. You can see playing the ball, doesn't get faked out on that fake corner, and then he closes. And that's really what makes a good cornerback, a guy that can close when the ball's in the air. You said earlier he's got those long
See him
arms,
use them
that
again
body.
right there?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. A guy can go and make a play on the football.
You don't like to compare, and Arshell was reluctant to do it, but
they've done that here today.
Marches the Rams back to a 1st and 15 now. Play action with Jackson. Bulger throwing incomplete, and once again you had a defensive back, Nnamdi Asomugha, once again all over Torrey Holt. But between Asomugha and Washington, they've been playing piggyback on top of Holt and Bruce all afternoon long.
Yeah, and that's good coverage.
That's real
and
good
that's
coverage.
what happens when you get bump and run coverage. You can see they're playing man-to-man. That's what it's designed to do, is to be as close to that guy as you can get. That's just incidental contact right there.
You know, a great example. Did you see him jump that route knowing it was going to be an in route? Nnamdi knew it the whole way. Ronnie Lott helped him tremendously, you guys, with route concepts and understanding what offenses are trying to do to him.
The field was Stanford route. Clock ticking at 3:48 and counting here in the third quarter. Bulger with plenty of time and throws high of his intended target, Torrey Holt.
Absolutely.
3rd and 3 now for Bulger. Being chased, and the pass is incomplete. For another update between the Eagles and Giants, let's send it to Chris Rose.
The young corners, they got Huff.
They got to completely overhaul that offense. All over.
Bulger's pass complete to Torrey Holt down at the 35. Let's check in with Jay Glazer.
We talked about earlier giving the offense a short field. Raiders have had to operate all year long. That's Sammy Parker. Green for Hall to the 1-yard line. And they are picking on Asomugha.
Over on that side. Gonzalez went back to the corner. You'll see 88 going to the back of the corner, and they hit Dante up there in the flat.
Art Shell turned a deaf ear to him. Green will throw on 1st down. And picked on this side. Nnamdi Asomugha with his 8th interception of the season.
Tremendous coverage. Tremendous coverage.
Well, we talked about how they've been throwing his side despite his interceptions. This time, the young man out of California comes up with it and turns it over to the Raiders offense. Nnamdi Asomugha has accepted congratulations from the sidelines for his 8th interception of the year, tying for the NFL lead.
He's up there in the press man, and Eddie Kennison, 87, runs a deep comeback, and Asomugha is following him on that rear hip, boy. It's tough to throw the comeback, but great coverage on his part.
Going to go down the far sideline. That is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, McCarrons, and the Jets will be forced to punt.
Well, Nnamdi Asomugha, the cornerback for the Raiders, locked up man coverage. Now he's 6'2", he's a big corner, and he never gets his head turned around, but somehow instinctively, he does not see that football. That head came around so late, but he had his hand right there. Unfortunately, the ball hit his left hand.
Throwing near side, incomplete. Intended for Lavernius Coles. It'll be 3rd and 6. Pennington with all kinds of time throws to the near side, and that's complete. And Coles with the catch and out of bounds. In this league for a long time. On 1st down, Pennington going to throw. Coming back to the football at the 40-yard line is McCarrons. Now on 2nd and 7, play fake. Pennington going for it all. Coles caught it, dropped it. Penalty markers down.
Prior to the pass, holding number 21 in the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
That's Asomugha.
Nnamdi Asomugha working against, and you can see he's riding the hand, and he grabs the back of the jersey of Lavernius Coles. Could you make it any more obvious than that? Reaching out and almost pulling his jersey out of his pants.
From the shotgun, Pennington. 3rd down, pass, outside. Got it complete to Cotchery, and enough for a 1st down.
An out pattern to the sideline that requires a little zip on the ball. And that is a perfect pass from Chad Pennington.
Coming up on 10 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Quick pass to the outside, and Justin McCarrons has run out of bounds across midfield.